Hi Professor, this is Yilin Wang and I'm going to talk about my final pitch. Imagine landing in New York after a 15-hour flight from Beijing. You've got 2 suitcases and no idea where to get a mattress, a lamp, or even a rice cooker. That's the reality for 300,000 Chinese international students in the US. Our vision at Graduates is simple. We want to build the most trusted student-first resale platform, starting right here in LIC, and then expanding to international student communities all across the US. We are focused on creating a smarter resale experience for Chinese students by solving real pain points. First, all listings are verified to make sure the items are real and accurately described. Second, we are use a local pickup model, meaning that students can easily meet nearby instead of dealing with the shipping hassles. Third, we'll design everything with cultural fit in mind, especially for Chinese students who might not feel comfortable using typical US resale platforms. Fourth, we'll take a hyperlocal launch approach, focusing on specific student housing communities to build trust and liquidity fast, and we grow building by building, city by city. We'll verify every listing, so no one needs to DM strangers at 1 a.m. Right now, the resale experience for international students is extremely fragmented. Most students are stuck relying on random WeChat groups, Facebook pages, or even Craigslist. There's no single trusted platform that's actually built for them. On top of that, there are real barriers that stop students from participating. Language barriers make it hard to communicate. There's a major lack of trust and safety when dealing with strangers, and a lot of students simply don't have transportation to pick up secondhand items. Because of that, there are huge missed opportunities. Good items often go unsold or just get thrown away. Students end up rebuying things that already exist nearby, and without a proper platform, there's no data, no visibility, and no real community being built. So how do we fix this? Graduates is a resale platform built around how international students actually live. You log in with your campus ID, no randos, no spam. Listings are filtered by its building. Pickups happen in your own dorm lobby. No car, no Craigslist, no sketchy DMs at midnight. And the UI feels familiar. We are not asking students to adapt. We are meeting them where they are. Most importantly, we are not going citywide. We go dorm by dorm, starting in LIC, a Chinese student hub. From there, we scale not as a marketplace, but as a trusted student network. This isn't just resale, it's community commerce for one of the smartest, most mobile student segments in the US. Let me show you what this actually looks like. On the right, you will see your neighborhood selection screen. Students can browse listings by neighborhood, by building, and even by school. It's local by design, and on the left you will see our student profile system. Every seller is verified with their student ID, which means no strangers, no spam, no scams. This is Graduates, and it's made for our students. Now let's talk about our target market. We are starting a very focused initial launch, LIC. There are about 2,000 Chinese students living within just a 1-mile radius. Turnover is high, demand is strong, but there's no centralized resale platform serving them. Looking bigger, there are over 20,000 Chinese students across NYC and more than 300,000 across the US. A $60 to $120 million resale market every year. Long term, we'll expand to other international students and even build a cross-border resale loop between Asia and the US. So here's how we stack up. Compared to Facebook Marketplace, WeChat groups, and Craigslist, Graduates is built differently. We have real.edu email verification, no strangers, no spam. Our listings are localized by building and school. not messy citywide posts. We offer safe, built-in payments options like PayPal and Alipay. We also provide in-dorm pickup points for safer transactions. The platform is fully moderated, and trust is much higher because it's a closed student-only community. Let me introduce Jessie, a typical GrabGoods user. Jessie is 18 from China. She is an international undergrad student. She lives in Eagle Loft, which is located in LIC. She doesn't have a car and her time is limited. She mainly uses WeChat, Red, and TikTok to connect with others. She prefers peer-to-peer trust network rather than posting public. She's comfortable buying secondhand goods, but she struggles to find a safe and easy way to do it. She is exactly the kind of student GrabGoods to build to help. So how do we reach her? It's simple. We show up where she already lives, both physically and digitally, such as QR flyers in her elevator, student ambassador in her building, and the red posts. We don't need big ad budgets, we need trust, and every student we onboard becomes our next marketing channel, because no one trades alone. GrabGoods makes money every time 2 students complete a sale. Our core model is a 5% transaction fee. Sellers can also pay to feature their listing at the top, but the real upside is in-app advertising. Think local brands, student service, and food delivery apps, all targeting verified Chinese students, all inside our ecosystem. Because when our users come back to buy and sell, they're not just students, they're high-intent consumers looking for deals, moving service, even SIM cards. Let's talk about numbers. In year 1, we are projecting $70,000 in revenue, driven by resale transactions and early monetization layers. Total expenses are about $100,000, giving us a net burn of $40,000. What do we spend on? Platform devices, marketing, and our ambassador network. No big office, no burn for growth. Every dollar is used to build users, trust, and long-term retention. That's how we grow smart and scale sustainably. Now let's take a look at the traction we've built so far for GrabGoods. First, we will have a fully functional MVP with a real demo UI that's already up and running. We launched a Red Seeding account to start building early awareness and engagement. In LIC, we completed students' interview to really understand our users' needs. We've also engaged 2 students' apartments buildings to participate in our early stage rollout. On top of that, we collected UX feedback from students, and it was really positive, which gave us confidence in the product direction. And finally, our ambassador program is already in progress to help us grow even faster on campus. Looking ahead, here's how we plan to grow GrabGoods step by step. First, we'll finalize the MVP and do a soft launch in LIC in the first month. Then we'll run beta testing specifically with Chinese students there, and deploy flyers and QR codes into student apartment building by month 2 or 3. At the same time, we'll kick off our Red content campaign with a goal of hitting 1,000 views and train our first wave of student ambassadors. In the second phase, our goal is to hit 100 completed transactions in our first building, expand the ambassador program to 4 or more buildings, and launch a boosted listing features for students. Moving into the third phase, we'll start monetizing. We aim to hit $6,000 in monthly revenue and expand into a second student housing cluster like Columbia Housing. We'll also add bilingual onboard to better serve Chinese students and begin building backend support for scaling across multiple campuses. Finally, by month 10, we aim to reach break-even and get ready for scale, building waitlists in more student hubs in New York State. And that's all for today's presentation. Thank you so much for listening.